So tonight's competition is food. And to be clear, the description for this competition was a still life image of food for humans. Our judge tonight, like many others, started his photography just to capture the moments of life, but his photography has evolved through the years as his perspective has changed. He still loves to capture those life moments, but also to create art. His other passions are traveling and cooking. And you can find more of his travel pictures and experience on his travel blog at my1000miles.com. And when he's not traveling, he also likes to style and photograph food, which he does cook, by the way. And you can find that at his other website, pattskitchen.com. That's Patts kitchen.com. So tonight, I give you Patt Wattanasupt.
Yeah, thank you, John. First of all, I'd like to thank John and the club for thinking of me, even though I'm a second choice. Um, for giving me an
Love you,
opportunity,
Pat.
give me opportunity uh, to be a judge and come here to hear what I have to say. Uh, uh, on that food subject. So as far as I joined the club, I think it's the first time our club has this theme, food. So it might throw some people off a little bit. Um, um, so I'll keep that in mind that this is just one guy's opinion, right? So I've seen your work, so this, my opinion doesn't define your work. I've seen it. You're all great, and you all produce some great photos. So, on the subject of food, people might be scared, but if you think it as a description, as a still life, like John mentioned earlier, so it's just the same still life with different object. But one good thing about still life is you can shoot in control environment. You can control light, control your camera, and tripod, and also control the prop. So the composition of your shot. So tonight you're gonna be hearing a lot of me talking about styling the shot, or styling in terms of food, we styling the food before even pressing the camera. So it's something that I hope you get something out of it. So we can like pre production instead of post production, that we kind of, focus on the Photoshop and that. So something you think even before pressing the button on your camera. So all right, so should we begin?
And I am sharing my screen. So, Pat, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, we're starting off with novice color.
Okay, cheese. All right, who doesn't love cheese? Except if you lactose intolerance. I hope you all had dinner, because you might get hungry after seeing all these pictures. All right, so okay, what I like about this is the photographer shows the subject, like cheese, and we have different height, and the control of the setting. You get all the highlight, like then blown out, all the detail. You can see, I'm talking about the height. You can see the height of the cracker, and then go up to the cheese, different height of cheese. What I would do If photographer has a chance to shoot again, what I would suggest is go back to still life. You should group the object together closer, right? And if you notice, like you have I think the red cheese, the baby bell cheese in red, kind of pop a bit more. So if you rearrange the cheese a little bit, so move the baby bell toward the center, and then group the cheese closer together, and I think it would make your shot a lot stronger. Okay. All right, next one. Okay, this is the cute and fun image because you already know what it is. You get the feeling of warm and cozy of the cookie, and I believe that's the hot chocolate. You see a little bit of marshmallow floating on the top. I mean, and great capture, controlling the light and the depth of field. That you can see the bokeh background. Could be from the Christmas light, and you can uh, get the feel of the winter or Christmas, even though this shot might have been just from a couple weeks ago, not really winter, but you achieve that goal of convey the feeling of winter, Christmas. Right. I what would you can do better is see the light a little bit. You can make it a little bit softer. That will uh, kind of give the softness of the picture a little more. You can use a diffuser on the light, or easiest way to do it, if you have the light, you can just like throw the white pillowcase over the light. So that would give the light a little bit softer, that it gives a little bit more warm and dreamy picture, the picture. And also if you impose in Photoshop or Lightroom, this little right bottom corner there, a little bit white stuff there. You can just clone it out or just darken it a little bit. But overall, great picture of this cookie and hot cocoa. Okay, next one, John. Okay, honey, I believe. Honey at the fair. So I think the photographer did a great job seeing the pattern and the color of the amber light in the background. Uh, I know what it is, like outside light reflect to the honey and create that warm feeling. And I think the photographer noticed the pattern of this bottles. So one thing, if you see patterns like this, try to get a little bit closer. You can even move to the front and like shoot it straight into the backlight, and that would create like a glow in the background. I think it would be really good. Okay, next one. Again, good capture, especially the sky and the cloud in the sky, and all the detail, and you can capture all the details in everything in this picture. Yeah, and it's very fun. This reminds me of the, like somehow if you're squinting the eyes a lot, it's kind of like skull and like two eyes and a skull. It's kind of weird, creepy, weird, like it. Yeah, everything sharp, details good. Uh, oh, but not but it just because uh tonight the subject is food, so I think the the main interest is all more toward the bottom. So for tonight's competition, if you crop down a little bit, like get rid of the sky, like if you focus more on the sign, the words, that would be really good for this competition. But if you enter in the other competition, this is just really good. So good job capturing everything. All right, next one. Peppers. Okay, peppers, good subject to photograph because the colors, I shot a lot of peppers, different colors, and they all come in the same shape but different colors. Is that really good for pattern, even abstract, that you really focus on or emphasis on the the color, different color, the vibrant colors of the peppers. Um, good find, good eyes to you see all the colors and the pattern. And for this particular image, when you have the repeated pattern like this, you should think about like have everything, like nothing cut off. So if you see at the rim of the basket, you know, it's kind of cut off. It's you almost look like there's two picture, bottom and the top. What you could do if you maybe shot at the grocery or farmer market, but if you happen to be there again, if you want to reshoot it, you can move some of the peppers on the top, like to cover those baskets, uh, and then just pack your shot with all the peppers, and then with different color. If you're afraid it's going to be too much pepper, you can leave that whole, like in the right part, like you can see a little basket there. I think that would be okay too, and won't make the image too much repetitive. Or another thing you can do is just focus on red and green. And that would work also because you have the green on the stem of the red pepper, and if they carry the color from green to the red peppers. Again, that would be really good. Good find, good shot, and then everything good, sharp, and interesting. All right, next, John. Oh, that's it.
So we have 5 images, and that means we get a first and second place.
First and second. Okay, for second place, I will give it to the peppers because the colors, it really pops and really vibrant. its striking image. The first one, I would go for this one because it just invoked the feeling, telling story, and just make you feel warm and cozy. I'll give it to the cookie and the hot cocoa.
Okay. Second place tonight is Susan D'Afranzio.
Hi, thank you.
Hello.
You were right. That was at Wegmans. And I started moving things around and I thought, I wonder if someone's going to come over and start yelling at me for touching all the peppers. But I really like the idea. I could see it, just the green and red peppers. Now that you said that, absolutely.
Yeah, Wickman, go there again.
And drum roll,
job.
please. First place, Sarah Pennington.
Yeah, thank you. That was taken back at Christmas because I knew that this competition was coming up and I wanted to make sure I had something.
Oh,
All of those cookies are homemade, by the way. My mom is a wonderful, wonderful cookie maker. Anyway,
Was it hot
thank you for your
cocoa?
comments. Yes, hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. All right, nice.
Well
All right,
done.
good job.
Well done. Let me add this to the Best in Show collection. And out. All right, now it's monochrome.
Okay, now we go into monochrome. First thing I want to say is monochrome in food is really tough because you know, you heard that people eat with their eyes, and when you see colors, you see in the image, it you recognize it, and then your brain tells you, oh, it's really appetizing, make you hungry. But when it becomes monochrome, the colors are taken away, and you don't get that feeling. And now the monochrome will become a piece of art instead. So don't feel bad because if you have struggling with this, it is tough to photograph food in monochrome. Okay, so first one, this is very creative and really fun to look and explore. Now you can see the top is the full ice cream before, and the reflection is empty. It's just the trace of ice cream. And it's very creative. And one thing about shooting food is the good thing is you can eat the prop after you're done shooting. The bad thing is the food might be cold. And for this one, in ice cream, I don't know how many shots this photographer has taken before this one, because you can see the bottom ice cream start to melt. But this it's cute because it's kind of add character to the whole picture, a little melt there, and it's kind of tied to the bottom part too. Great capture of the light and the treatment of the tone, and your decision of making the reflection kind of out of focus, because so you guys can focus on the top part and you already know what the bottom's like. Also, the choice of choosing the ice cream. I know it could be mint chocolate or chocolate chip, because if you can see the black specks on the ice cream with the texture. So instead of like a ball of white, you have something there that kind of get you to look. And it's good choice of place everything in the center. Not but not like dead center. It's dead center, but a little bit, but it doesn't bother me because it's kind of symmetry in a way, but it's not really symmetric. So it's worked for me. One thing though, I know it's become the post now. So if I think you did in the Photoshop, if you zoom in a little bit, you see reflection of the light like in the center of the glass on the top. Like, all right, so just if you clean it up a little bit, that will really make image really strong. But good job. Next one. Okay, cheese plates again. Cheese plate. Yeah, it's no doubt it's the same setup as the color one. But for this one, the photographer at bottom of wine, which is great thinking of adding more height, more layer to the image. What I want you to be careful is when adding this, you can see two bottles, right? The same height. So if you pick the left bottle a little bit shorter than the right, that would create a little bit more flow or drama more to the image. Because if you look at it, if you like the front is kind of flat, like lower, right? And then you move up a little bit, a different height with the cheese, that's good. And then you jump up to the glass, and then your eye goes up to both bottles. And if you have one lower than the other, and the eye can continue jumping to the peak one, the tallest one, that will give your picture stronger. Thinking of the like a skylight view, right? You have different height of the buildings rather than just one flat top. Different height of building kind of more give you more interesting, more visual appeal than this one. But good job of selecting, thinking, adding height, different play with different layer of cheese in the subject. Good job. Next. Okay, M&M. M&M's it's a good subject to photograph. If you start doing macro or want to abstract, try M&M's. Same size, different colors, fun to shoot, different possibility, the possibility is endless, and the colors really pop. And that brings me to what I mentioned earlier, that food in color and food in black and white, when you take away the color, the like for this one, everything kind of in the same tone, right? So I would encourage the photographer to try again, or go back and try again, stick with the color, and I try to figure out what's going on with the picture, but I think I figured out that it's more like pouring the M&M of the package to the front. So I want you to go back and shoot again. Same thing, pouring the M&Ms out of the package, but go lower. You can put the camera on the almost the same as the M&M level. Use a little bit higher f-stop, probably f5, and then focus more on the M&M on the foreground. This way you can have the package in the back kind of blur, because we want to focus just to M&M. So, all right. Yeah, stick with color, and I think you will produce a really good image of that. All right, keep trying. Okay, I'm feeling like this carrots kind of stay on the dessert candy. All right, so for this one, kisses. Great find on the subject to shoot, because like I said earlier, with food with no color. But for this, I think what you pick up on is the texture on the wrapper, and that will make really good black and white, because you see all the texture there will kisses that break up a little bit. This is already a good picture, but what I would suggest, do it again, go back and reshoot. I would I call it myself, is a one-off, which is to pick one piece of kiss, unwrap it, just expose the inside, chocolate inside, and then just place it. So this way, it will be the star of the image. So your eyes, the audience can just focus on that. And yeah, it's good find, good starting, and please keep doing it. All right, is that it?
That is it. We have 4 images, which means we get a first place winner only.
Okay. Again, the all good images. I would go with the ice cream. Again, the kiss is good too, but unfortunately, I give only one. So good.
So tonight, Sarah Pennington.
Thank you. This was, I believe it was a mint ice cream. And it was
right.
definitely, yeah. And it was probably melting more from the light heat, because the room I was taking pictures in was hot, less from the number of takes, but yes. Thank you very much.
Good job, very creative.
Well done. That to the Best in Show collection. Intermediate color.
Intermediate color, okay. All right, so now we're moving from still life into macro, which is, I'm glad that I've seen many different styles, but the theme is still food. Okay, so this is broccoli florets, I believe. And I like that the photographer kept the green tone with black. and you have the soft, and you have the something in focus. It kind of give you dreamy and almost abstract feeling of, even though you kind of know what it is, or some people don't know, but it'll give you that alien abstract and what's going on with green thing. Good fun. If you want to continue on the macro or the abstract, I want you to go back and try shoot the same subject right at the front and fill the whole frame with this little florets, and try with higher f-stop, like make everything sharp, see how you feel. And also you can try with lower f-stop too and see how you feel. But fill the whole frame with this little thing that will make a really strong, good image. But this is really dreamy and good. Next, cookie. Okay, I'm not sure this is oatmeal raisin or chocolate chip cookie, but I am oatmeal raisin kind of guy, so I gonna say it's oatmeal raisin. Great capture on the details and everything on the cookie. You can see little cracks and little holes, everything. Yeah, good captures. One thing though, we go back and shoot again. Same cookie, or not same cookie. Cookie. I'm sure you ate this cookie already. If you see the color of cookie is kind of brown, golden, it's kind of warm color, right? Instead of white background, if you put on the black background, that will make that golden warm color really pop. So imagine like a gold chain on the white shirt versus the black shirt. You can see the gold on black kind of pop more, because black background kind of give the warm golden color really pop, and that will contrast with the little black cracks and contrast in there. That will make that image really strong and pop. Now I want cookie. All right, next. All right, fruit. All right, continue on the what I mentioned with the previous image. Last one has a golden warm color tone of the subject, right? And this one is opposite. It's a lot more cool color. You have green, you have yellow, you have blue, different shade of greens. And this photographer chose against the white background, and that would make the cool color pop. So good job picking the background and the plate. And one thing, this is this is overhead shot, right? So if you take an overhead shot, one thing I want you to think about is the visual weight of the subject. So if, like I say, if you look at the picture and you feel like it's top heavy, and you feel like the top part of the subject is going to fall or topple to the side or gonna slide down the bottom of the frame, I think that's kind of give the viewer kind of the anxiety or like uneasiness of when you look at the picture. So for this one, I think if you flip it upside down, you make the strawberry more toward the bottom and the banana, I believe, more toward the top. John, can we try to flip it? I know you could.
Yeah, the short answer is I don't think I can in here.
With the viewing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, try to turn your head upside down.
By this. See how that look.
I think it's in on the view mode. That's fine, John.
Yeah, that may not have worked. So
yeah. So
let me turn it back.
Yeah, if you turn it upside down and the strawberry become almost like a smiley face, right? That will, and the other banana yellow part is more like a hair, even though there's 3 eyes. It's really interesting, really good. So try to think about the visual weight when you take the overhead shot like that. But it's good shot, really everything sharp, and the colors very bright and vibrant and very good. Next one. This is a gorgeous picture of 3 pairs. And now if you kind of didn't see it yet, what the food, it's just a still life picture. This is a good example of it just still life. 3 magic number is really good number to do still life, and the background is really dreamy, and the treatment, the choice that you choose to treat this image is really good. And you could see all the detail of the pairs, and you pick the tallest one in the middle. Very good, strong image. Good job. Next one. Peppers again. Okay. Inside the pepper seeds, like you see here, we cut the pepper. All of this is super interesting. Again, if you start doing macro, you want to try practice macro, try with the pepper seed in there. The pattern, the texture in there is really captivating. Okay, this is a very good example compared to the 3 pairs we have in the previous one. It's still life also. Same number, 3 subjects. But for this one, good capture on the color and everything. Everything sharp, everything good background, reflection. What's the difference between what makes the previous one, the pair ones, a bit stronger than this one? Because even though you can see the same setting, like 3 subjects, but for this one, it's because of the color, the pepper, it's not the same. You have yellow and orange. This, it's kind of competing with each other. So what I see here, I'm seeing like in the metal podium, right? The green one is get the gold, and yellow get the silver, orange get the bronze. So kind of competing with each other. In contrast to the pair one, previous one, which is everything same, color the same, it's kind of gives it more harmonious picture. But what you can do in this one before you shoot, if you have a subject with different color, different size, what you can do is bring them close together. Now, so it won't become competing with each other. But okay, really, but overall, it's good job capturing the technique and setting on the camera. All right, next one. Peppers again. First of all, good background, or what, I don't know, whatever it is you have it on, it's the color really pop with blue and gold there. Now, we have 2 subjects, even though previous one we have 3, right? So it's good, it's magic number, like make good shot. And you would think sometime you're kind of like afraid to put 2 subjects or even number of subject in the image. But this will work because the left one has a little bit more detail and interesting, more stuff going on than the right one. To have the center and have the seat. But what you could do if you have 2 subjects like this, you could stack them up. So you will put the left one on top of the right. It's become like a V. So instead of, it'll become like one center and image. That will make the, let's say, the even number of the subject work. So you don't have to do 3 or 5, the odd numbers all the time. All right, so it's just a trick of rearranging the subject that it doesn't look too even or too similar. All right. Next one, John. Okay. Avocado and tomato. Good job of the photographer picking the subject that has the color scheme. So green against red, really good. And for this one, I would use a higher f-stop, so a little bit more in focus. And also, you can go back to the very first one, that you can use diffuser on the light. That will soften the light a little bit. But great job arranging the tomatoes and cutting the avocado and arrange it like that. Great job. All right, next one. Fruit bowl. So I'm beginning to think of this must be a healthiest food photograph competition, like of all time, of any food photography, because y'all just take picture of fruits and veggie, everything healthy. But very good finding different subjects to photograph, because uh, different shapes, different color, and the lettuce in the back, interesting, and pineapple. It's kind of out of place, but I don't care. It's kind of like, why it's there? I don't care, but it's there. The flowers is gorgeous too, and I really like the background, the brick. I think the photographer almost there in terms of creating a still life photograph. If you want to reshoot, do it again. Okay. You can take the fruits out of the bowl, because the white bowl right now is kind of block almost half of the subject, right? And you know that there could be some more fruit, some more interesting like underneath those. But please reshoot again. This time take the fruit out of the bowl, or choose kind of plate or something, and go lower at the almost like table level, and shoot it against that beautiful brick background. I think you almost there. Right. Next one. Okay, now substance. Sandwich. This is fun, cute, and all right. This is very good example of I mentioned earlier about the one off at the kiss image, the little kisses image. So on the photographer, you see you have one grape that kind of off that cluster. You have that one piece of sandwich that kind of out of that cluster there. So that you create a little bit drama, a little bit more story, a little bit more interesting. And using two-tone color bread, making that it really interesting. Make the picture telling even more story. One thing that when you think about it, when shooting like this, is the prop, the plate, right? and you can't help with the reflection. The reflection out of the plate at the kind of at the bottom of the plate, and really you can't avoid it, but if you can minimize it as much as possible, that will give the image less distraction of the main subject. One thing, if you want to do it again, what you can do with the shooting a plate or bottles or anything that have like glass surface to give you reflection, what you can do is use Vaseline, right? And just apply at the surface that give you less reflection. So in other words, just dull that surface so it won't reflect too much. But good job on the composition and the style and the choice of taking one piece out of the whole thing. Good job. Next one. All right, now I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about, more substance. Food, pasta. All right, this is fun. It's a fun image. All right. This reminds me of like a print ad commercial for Imperia pasta making machine. This is what it is. But if you can see, like my eyes really goes to kind of make my eyes like journey. Like you have the yellow napkin there, right? It's kind of start from the end of the napkin there, and then can go up toward the machine, pasta machine, and you get the yellow draw pasta there, and it come down, and then it become cooked pasta. It's really fun, and that I can tell that the photographer gave a lot of thought into create and compose this image. I mean, the technique's good, everything's sharp, highlight not blown out. It's very good. One thing that I would do, even though it's really good with the wide glass, everything's good there. Try again without the wide glass, because you already have all the internal subject there, and you can leave room in the back, everything with the back as bare black background. That would also work too. You don't need that glass of wine there. I'm sure you finish it with the pasta after it. See, that's what I say. One good thing about shooting food, you eat afterward. All right, fun, good, creative picture. Next one. Popcorn. I love movie popcorn, by the way. It's like, give me the fake butter. I'm all for it. All right, fun. I just can't figure out how the photographer do this. It might be in the post, but it's good job coming up with this. But what I wish is the popcorn in the front, a little bit more in focus, and the bottom of the frame, you see the gray thing. I wish it would fill with the popcorn. Everything's popcorn there, and you already tell the story with the back with this image. But I think it would more complete. I said that word, complete, and this could be in the hanging in the wall of the movie theater easily. Good job. All right, that's it. All right.
Got to find my mute button. So we have 11 images, and with that, we can have first, second, and third.
First, second, and third. The third, I would go with the broccoli, the first one. Okay. So now I'm torn between the pasta and the pear, right? Both are great pictures, but I will, it is based on the theme tonight. I would give the pear the second because it is more still life. And I would give the pasta first place because it's just food and it's fun, creative. So both images are great. If you enter the pear in the still life, that's the first place for sure. So don't kill me.
So this one, third place is Christina.
Hey, I didn't really pay attention to the whole still life thing, so I did macro because that's my wheelhouse. And I had some broccoli. Super exciting.
Good job.
Got you a ribbon.
Hey, yeah.
It's second place tonight, Patricia Berry.
Oh, thank you. I shot that at one of Samantha's still life workshops she did, and I just like the simplicity of it. Thank you.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a good, gorgeous still life.
Thank you. I blew it up and hung it in my dining room, or will
Yeah,
on
where it
Pat.
should be. Where it should be. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And first place tonight, Pasta Sunday by Cecilia.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I set that up in my dining room. And I did try it without the wine glass, and I didn't like the space. So I was drinking wine, so I stuck the glass in there. But it was a challenge to not have that pasta dry out in between, taking the pictures and trying to get it right and everything in focus. It was
No, right?
my pasta. I kept having to wet it because it kept getting dried out.
Nice.
But thank you very much. Thank you for your comments.
Well done, all. Intermediate monochrome.
Okay, broccoli. So when I look at this, I have to try and figure out this is like overhead shot again, but I don't know if it's the photographer's intention that would make it look like falling broccoli. Like when you see it in commercial, like you sprinkle something from the top to bottom. I know that the photographer intention to make it make image look like that. This again, go back to the one thing that when you take an overhead shot should be careful and you make sure everything is sharp because it becomes two-dimensional, right? So having everything sharp kind of help the one trick that you would do if you take overhead shot is playing with light. So you have light shining in one direction, and that would give the image more drama with the light and a little bit shadow. But great job. At least make me think that that's what your intention to do, the kind of sprinkle the broccoli on top. And okay, that's good. Next one. Okay, the heart of the celery. I think good find, because you can do macro, find patterns on the natural pattern of this fruits and veggies that really give the macro interesting and kind of natural pattern. And for this one, I liked that it has more the directional light, so that you can have a little more drama to the picture. The center is really interesting. It's sharp, but I would be more pay attention more toward the bottom. I wish it would be more sharper, but good job keeping the tone, all the gray tone, some highlight, some mid-tone, and some black. So pay a little bit more careful on the bottom there with the focus. But great find, great image. Next, dry fish. I love taking pictures of dry fish because of the texture of the dry fish. If you like zoom in tight, refocus, it become almost like abstract. And this work well with the black and white because all the texture in there. And the photographer, good job treating this, giving the tone, all the tones, highlight, detail. What I would do if I see this, again, I would go up close, focus on the texture of the fish, or the tail part. It's really interesting. The shape of the tail with the wood, tie into the wood. And you can almost see like a pattern in this hanging dry fish too. If you move to the front and make everything like a pattern with 3 bars, it's gonna be really good. But it's already good image there. Nice job. Next one. Okay, pepper. All right. This is what I said before about the pepper seeds, that like if you zoom in really tight in the seeds, that's really good macro, good abstract. I assume it's the same photographer as the other 3 peppers, but and what I mentioned before, and like group them together. This is the great example of why you do that, why you should do that like this. Even though it's same pepper, when you take out the color I mentioned before, like remember that I was saying they were competing with each other. If you take out now, those pepper become kind of supporting character of this one in the middle. And even though you have 4, it's an even number, right? It works because it's in the back and everything grouped together. You only count is 4, right? You guys really focus on this first one with everything support around it. It's make image really strong. One thing I want you to be careful is the highlight in the front right bottom corner there. If you tone it that down a little bit, that will make image really good, really strong. But really good job, like try to rearrange everything. And no, you must have tried different time, but when you came up with this arrangement composition there, great job, good choice. Next. All right, cabbage. Go back to talk about veggie with the macro. Try this one, cut off cabbage inside. You see all the interesting natural pattern of this cabbage, and I believe the purple or red cabbage give that great contrast. All right, I want the photographer to go back and crop really tight, fill all the frame with just the cabbage. All right. And that will turn into abstract macro. You already have a good picture there. But if you would like to keep like a whole cabbage like this, try change the background to black. This way, all the white lines there really pop, and keep your eyes focused on that. So good job. You want to try again? Try it. I think you're there already. All right, next one. Okay, same fruit. Oh, this one, photographer did a great job capturing all the detail, texture, and the arrangement. You see different height, different layer of the subject, from small tomato, pepper, and then the peak at the lettuce there. Then come back to the bowl, kind of cut off. This one is not bothering me as much because you don't really see much of the bowl. But I would suggest to change the container, and that will make this image really good. And a good job on styling the food, placement of the food, arrangement of the food. Right, next one.
And that brings us to the end. 6 items in the competition. We get a first and second.
First and second. All right. The second place, I will give it to the dried fish because the treatment of the picture is really good. The first one, I would go with the pepper, that one, because it tells a little more story, a little bit more story and focus. Let me give it a bit of focus in the image. Okay, good job.
All right, second place tonight, Patricia Berry.
Thank you again. Walking around Norway, it's the dried fish capital of the world. So it was everywhere. And I just like that particular one. I debated whether to take out the little netted ball on the left side, but ended up leaving it in because I didn't want to cut off all that cluster of fish on the left. But thank you.
He was so impressed. He started running back to the hotel to process it.
That's right. That was the days that I could walk around Norway, but oh well.
And then you fail.
Yeah.
First place tonight, Daryl Lanzi.
Thank you. Pat, your feedback was, I really appreciate the details that you went into, and especially going from the color to the monochrome treatment. It's funny, your comment on the cabbage image, which was mine as well. I was debating between the full size and the macro. I had a close up and I chose the full size, but I really appreciate the way you provide feedback, and so I'll go back and try some other things as well. But thank you, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, good job on that. You see the details and inside of the peppers there. It's really good. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. There.
So let me move this one down to Best in Show Collection. And we move on to Experienced Color.
Okay. Again, you guys with all the healthy stuff. Cauliflower. Oh, this is good, gorgeous cauliflower. I mean, with the yellow and the green leaf, it's beauty in itself. And I like the creative of the photographer, like make it like a healthy cake. Good, everything sharp, colors good, treatment. Two things though. I don't think you need the fingers and the hand holding the lighter. I think if it's just the tip or part of the lighter and crop it more like a portrait, I think that will give the image stronger, because the feel go up and down already. So if you narrow it down, and other thing is, I don't know what happened with the line in the background. It's kind of warped a little bit toward the bottom. So I want you to be careful when you have background like that. If it be straight line, that will make this image really strong. Okay, but good job capturing the main subject there. It's just the surrounding that. Please be careful on that. Next one. I like the humor this photographer did with the grape and cantaloupe and the smiling of the banana. I think I mentioned before. Okay, maybe not. When you overhead shot, sometimes the shadow, you need the shadow just to make the image interesting, and sometimes the shadows kind of take away of the main subject. So for this one, if you have a reflection, the opposite I think it's on the right, right? You have reflects the light just to kind of get rid of the shadow there. That would make this image really, really strong. But I can't help but smile when I see this one. Next one. Okay, this is nice, gorgeous picture. Cast iron pan. It's good prop. I have many cast iron pan as prop because it's interesting shape, and the surface is not reflecting lights as much, kind of dull, and give the texture there. Texture of cast iron is really good. I like the background on this, like black on black, but with different texture. It's just gorgeous. And the tomato, the red really pop against the black. You remember I mentioned earlier about the warm color, the golden color, warm color against the black. This is a good example of the darker background would help the warm color pop. And one thing is good example of the visual weight of the image. You might think that, okay, because the bottom is a handle, right? It's kind of flippy, but the handle is not the main subject of this picture. The main subject is the tomato. So you can see the photographer place more volume on the bottom right, and lighter, more space on the top. That would make the top lighter and the bottom kind of stable, kind of give the viewer stability and at ease when looking at this picture. Great job. Next one. This is nice. I may be wrong, but I would guess that this photographer is really good landscape photographer, because the treatment of the rocks, the water is gorgeous. And the apple, focus on that apple. I like that the photographer kept the twig and the green of the leaves. That would give it a lot more interesting than just a plain apple there. So, and that will draw the, like, yeah, instead of a one circle apple, you have the branch out there, everything. It's good placement, good choice, and good treatment on the water. Next. This is cute. Tell the story. Two strawberries and blueberries. It's almost like a painting, which is really good. Good job. Capture detail, the color, everything, like what needs to be sharp. One thing I would do differently is, if you remember the two wine bottles that I mentioned in the earlier picture, that they are in the same height, or the peppers picture, that the two subjects that's similar in height and shape, if you put it together, it would be more of a reflection rather than the whole subject. So if you go back and reshoot again, picture the strawberry on the left just a little bit smaller, right? And you will have the different height starting from the left of the blueberry and then go up to the strawberry on the right. Or if you can find two different sizes of strawberries, what you can do here is make the left one kind of lean, tilt toward the right. That will also give the flow of the picture better too. So, but great job with the setting, capture all these details. Okay, good.
With 5 images in, we get a first and second place.
Second place, I will go to the apple on the rock. Oh, I just got it. Apple on the rock. Apple on the rock. Oh, sorry. First place, let me go to the roasted tomato. That's a gorgeous picture.
Second place is mine. That is an apple in the middle of the Fremont River
Okay.
in Capitol Reef National Park. If people have not been there, there's a town called Fruta, which is, it's named because they grow fruit there. There used to be that's used to be how they made their money. And when the National Park Service took over the farm, they kept the fruit trees, and you can go there and pick your own.
So you just pick the apple from the farm and place it there, John?
Yep. So my wife Michelle brought me this apple, said, "Here, take a photo of this apple." So I walked out into the middle of the river, which, as you can tell, is what we might call a creek over here, but put it on the rock and took a photo.
Hey, it's called apple on the rock. Apple.
Thank you. And first place tonight, Nikki.
Hi, thank you. Thanks, Pat, for all your comments. And yeah, like you said, one nice thing about food photography, you get to eat then what you make. So I enjoyed my roasted tomatoes then. The background actually was originally shot on my fireplace, the slate on the floor. But it wasn't quite coming through like I wanted, so I took it into Nick software. I feel like I added like the wet look, and this is what I got, and this looks so much better than what I originally started with.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what you do with the tomato after?
I ate them. I ate them.
Tomato sauce.
No, I just plucked them off the greenery and ate them. Just like
Very
that.
good.
Yeah, so thank you.
Very strong image. And final category, or final gallery tonight, experience monochrome.
That's just very creative and cute. And photographer put a lot of thought into this, and you got the humor right away. And if I feel like this one, you need a hand to hold the roller with the corn. Okay. I would encourage the photographer to go back and bring up the highlight or make the corn on the cob on the roller a bit lighter. This way you can, the popcorn part and the corn part kind of connect to each other. Okay. But it's good and fun image. Good job. Okay, action shot cooking. I can't figure out what it is. It might be some sort of pumpkin or squash. Think the hand, this one is good there because you need action. You need something to hold the spatula, and then for this one, what I would do if you can reshoot or go back, go lower, right? Go closer to the walk. And if you want to make it really good action shot, give a little bit of lower shutter speed. This way, might be need to be on a tripod. This way, you can see the action, or when the spatula kind of stir and give that little bit of motion there. That would create really good action motion shot there. I like the treatment of everything. Good in textures there. Right, good job. Okay, let's see. This one, I thought it was macaron, but not sure. I think it's on a cookie with some coconut flake in it. First of all, good job on styling. You know, stack subject on top of each other, create a little bit different in height, and with the prop of the piping back in the back was blur. What I really like on this one is the cooling rack as you use a background. Is create more texture, more texture of the image. But I wish this is the color. This is going to be really good in color. So go back to the thing I mentioned before about color in food, and then color food in monochrome. This is something that with the color will be really good, because you can imagine and you can picture if the cookie has color in it, and it would give this image visually appetizing. But when you take the color out, even though you have a good texture in the cookie there, in the coconut flakes, it kind of take away that, it give you a little bit more what you say, it's like yearning feeling. You want something in color, but in terms of capturing treatment, everything, it's great job. It's good. Next one. Okay, this looks like a Gatorade commercial. Again, let me guess again, the photographer is really good landscape photographer, because the stuff in the background is gorgeous. Badland, yes, must be. And like I said, my eyes really go back in the background, even though it's blur, but it's gorgeous. So you take away of the front, which is the subject of the food. and also the bottom gallery kind of blend into the background in terms of height. So, other word, the food doesn't really pop much in this one in black and white. But if you turn in color, I bet it's gorgeous. All right, next one. Blueberry. So what I like, and I really give a praise for the photographer, is that his or her decision to treat this with this monochrome in blue rather than go to black and white. Now, it works in this because it's blueberry, and he or she kept the tone in that same tone of the blue. This makes the image didn't lose that magic of visually appetizing on the image. And with the texture on the blueberry, it's almost unreal, but it's really good. What I would do differently is because the blueberry is a star, I would crop it. You don't need too much space left and right. Maybe the left a little bit too much. Crop, bring it the left in a little bit. That will really enhance this image. But good job on the choice of decide to stay with this tone. Good job. Next.
5 images. We get a first and second place.
First and second. Second, I will give it to the cookie's good too. The blueberry's good too. They're both good. So I will give the second to the blueberry. Sorry, cookie. The first one, I'll give it to the popcorn because the fun, creative styling of the image.
Second place, Doug Mattice.
Yeah, thank you. I agree with the comments there. I call it a little touch of blue, I think is what I called it. And because of the blueberry, originally I was thinking of just making the blueberry blue and everything else black and white, but then that takes it out of the monochromatic. But yeah, it was a nice looking blueberry and used some texture on it. And, thanks a lot.
Good job. Good choice.
And in first place tonight, painting with food, Audrey.
Thank you very much. That took a long time and a lot of different shots and a lot of different angles. And I appreciate the critique, and I may go back and reshoot this, but it was really a lot of work and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Looks like you have, yeah.
Yep. And a shout out to my brother for being the hand.
Yeah, the hand works.
Wasn't that like a series of episodes in Seinfeld with the hand model?
Yes, it was. My brother complained bitterly about that too.
You can pair him with popcorn, I hope, afterward.
Okay. Time for best in show, Pat.
Best in show. All right. All good image. Okay. This one.
You want me to cycle through them, or you good?
No, good. Let's say. I mean, this is what I'm picturing every single one of this image. The first one, the popcorn, that could be in the, and the wall of a movie theater easily. It's a great image. The second one, the pepper, that again, if you want to do exhibit, and that could be the wall at grocery store or even black and white exhibit. The third one, the roasted tomato, that could easily be in a food magazine. The fourth one, cookie and hot chocolate, that could easily be make a postcard of it, or stock image that you can put some wording on the empty space there, you know, like Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. It's right there already. The ice cream fun image easily be in ice cream shop or like diner there. And the pasta, it could be in the print ad easily of the pasta machine. That all deserve to be in the serving places. But for best in show, I would have to give it to the roasted tomato, because that is very gorgeous image.
Congratulations, Nikki.
Wow, thank you, Pat, so much.
That was something I would do.
Well, I will
Good.
say I put a lot of effort into this category. The food category was not easy to do. I watched many videos and looked at many pictures online to get ideas. And so, yeah, thank you. I'm thrilled. Thank you so much.
Good job.
Well done.
Well done, everyone.
All right. I'm going to stop the recording now. What? I got to figure out which button to click.
Good image when everyone. So I hope you at least pick up something from what I said. Again, it's just my opinion. Just good job.
Yeah, great images tonight, everybody. And congratulations again to Nikki.